Morning, students. In today's lecture, we will derive the Nernst equation to calculate the EMF of a cell at any given stage of the cell reaction. Now consider the cell reaction. This is a general cell reaction where A moles of A plus B moles of B, they are giving X moles of X plus Y moles of Y. So this is a general cell reaction. Now free energy for any chemical reaction can be expressed as del G is equal to del G naught plus RT log natural Q. For any chemical reaction, we very well know the expression for free energy is given by this mathematical expression, where del G naught is a decrease in free energy accompanying the same process when all the reactants and products are in their standard states of unit activity. So del G naught is what? It is the free energy change under the standard condition. Now here Q is what? It is the quotient of activities, where Q is given by activity of x raised to power x multiply activity of y raised to power y, and so on, divided by activity of A raised to power A, product activity of B raised to power B, and so on. So Q is the quotient of activities giving the ratio of activities of product each raised to the power number of moles of the products divided by product of reactants, activities of reactants, where activity of each reactant is raised to the power equal to number of moles of reactants taking part in the cell reaction. So del G will be equal to del G naught plus RT log natural, putting the value of x, expression for x, we are getting this final expression for the change in free energy of the cell reaction at any given stage when the reactants and products activities are represented by AX, AY, AA, AB, and so on. So we are getting this general expression for the free energy change at any given stage of the cell reaction. Now we very well know when the n number of electrons are involved in a cell reaction, the free energy change is given by NFE, the decrease in free energy of the cell reaction, that is equal to NFE, where this is the electrical energy produced. In case of standard state, we can write minus del G naught is equal to NFE naught, where E naught is the standard EMF of the cell. So putting this value in this expression, so what we are getting here, minus NFE is equal to minus NFE naught plus RT log natural AX raised to power x dot AX raised to power y divided by AA raised to power A dot AB raised to power B, and so on. Now from this expression, we are getting the final expression for the EMF of the cell at any stage, which will be given by the standard EMF of the cell minus RT by NF log natural AX raised to power x dot AX raised to power y divided by AA raised to power A dot AB raised to power B, and so on. So this is the general expression, and this is known as Nernst equation for the EMF of a cell. Knowing the cell reaction means if we know the value of N involved in the cell reaction and standard EMF of the cell, then we can easily find out the EMF of a cell at any given stage for the given activities of reactants and products. So this is the final expression for the Nernst equation to calculate the EMF of a cell at any stage. Now putting temperature at 25 degrees Celsius under normal conditions, and putting the value of Faraday, which is equal to 96,500 coulomb, and the value of R in SI units, which is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole, we are getting this final expression under these conditions, where E is equal to E naught minus 0.059 by N log concentration of x raised to power x, concentration of y raised to power y, divided by molar concentration of A raised to power A or molar concentration of B raised to power B. Now we have taken here the molar concentration. This is only the case for dilute solution. when the molar concentrations are nearly equal to the activities of the various reactants and products. So final expression for the Nernst equation for the EMF of a cell for very dilute solution at this condition will be given by this expression. Now applying the Nernst equation to the Daniell cell. Now the cell reaction for the Daniell cell is given by zinc plus copper 2 plus is giving zinc 2 plus plus copper. So number of electron involved here are 2. Now putting in the Nernst equation the activities of various ions involved, we are having here E is equal to E naught minus RT by 2F log natural activity of zinc 2 plus activity of copper divided by activity of zinc and activity of copper 2 plus. Now we very well know for pure solids we are having activity equal to 1. So activity is always 1 for pure solids. So activity of copper is equal to 1, activity of zinc equal to 1. Putting here in this expression, we are getting the final expression E is equal to E naught minus RT by 2F log natural activity of zinc 2 plus divided by activity of copper 2 plus. Now, next we will apply the Nernst equation for the electrode potentials of the electrodes. In the last we have applied the Nernst equation for the EMF of a cell. Now we will apply this Nernst equation for the electrode potentials. We very well know there are 5 reversible electrodes. Now expression for electrode potential will be obtained by applying the Nernst equation to the half cell reaction. And the half cell reaction which we will take, that will be the reduction half cell reaction. The reason being E naught, which is the standard electrode potential, is always taken as standard reduction potential. As we have already done the electrochemical series and we have seen E naught is always taken as standard reduction potential. So while applying the Nernst equation, we will always take the half cell reaction in terms of reduction half cell reaction. So electrode reaction must always be written as reduction reaction while applying the Nernst equation. So first we will go for the metal-metal ion electrode. Applying the Nernst equation to metal-metal ion electrode. So we can see here the reduction reaction involved in zinc 2 plus electrode. Zinc 2 plus are taking 2 electron to give zinc. So we are having here reduction half cell reaction. Applying Nernst equation to this, we are having electrode potential of this zinc electrode, that is equal to standard electrode potential minus RT by 2F log natural activity of zinc divided by activity of zinc 2 positive. Now activity of zinc is taken as 1 for pure solid. So we are getting the final expression, electrode potential of this zinc electrode will be equal to standard electrode potential plus RT by 2F log natural activity of zinc 2 positive. As we have taken here activity of zinc 2 positive in numerator, so this negative will be converted to the positive. So we are having this final expression for electrode potential of the zinc electrode. In case of general expression, if we are having there is metal having oxidation state N plus, that is taking an electron to give metal, we will get this general expression for the electrode potential of the given electrode. Now next one is applying the Nernst equation to the amalgam electrode. In this case, zinc 2 plus ion are taking 2 electron and converting to zinc amalgam. So again applying the Nernst equation, we are having here electrode potential is equal to standard electrode potential minus RT by 2F log natural activity of zinc amalgam divided by activity of zinc 2 positive. Third one is the gas electrode. In case of hydrogen electrode, the reduction reaction is hydrogen ion taking electron to convert to half mole of hydrogen, where N is equal to 1. Now again applying the Nernst equation, electrode potential of hydrogen electrode will be equal to standard electrode potential of hydrogen minus RT by F log natural activity of hydrogen raised to power half divided by activity of hydrogen ion. Now as the hydrogen gas is taken at 1 atmosphere pressure in SE, then activity will be equal to 1. So activity of hydrogen is taken here 1. So the final expression for this one is electrode potential of hydrogen electrode will be equal to standard electrode potential plus RT by F log natural H plus Here we have replaced this activity of H plus by molar concentration of H plus, and the sign changing to plus because we are taking this activity of hydrogen plus in numerator now in terms of molar concentration. So we are getting plus here. So this is the expression of Nernst equation. Now in case of SHE, we very well know standard hydrogen electrode potential is always 0, that is taken as 0. So we will put the value of this equal to 0. So we will have electrode potential of hydrogen electrode that is equal to RT by F, log natural molar concentration of hydrogen ion. The next one is the Nernst equation for metal insoluble salt anion electrode. So we are taking here the example of calomel electrode, and the reduction half cell reaction taking place at calomel electrode is this. We have already gone through this reaction. Now applying the Nernst equation to this reaction, electrode potential of calomel electrode will be equal to standard electrode potential of calomel electrode minus RT by 2F, as the 2 electrons are involved here. Log natural activity of chloride minus square into activity of mercury square divided by activity of mercurous chloride. Now activity of mercury and mercurous chloride can be taken as 1. We very well know. Pure solid, pure liquid, this is equal to 1. So we put here and we are getting the final expression electrode potential of calomel that is equal to standard electrode potential of calomel minus RT by F 2F log natural activity of chloride ion square. So putting these equal to 1, we are getting this expression. So final expression for the electrode potential of calomel electrode will be equal to standard electrode potential of calomel electrode minus RT by F log natural activity of chloride ion. Now next, applying the Nernst equation to the oxidation reduction electrode. So we are taking here the half cell reaction in the reduction form. Fe3 plus ion, they are taking the electron to convert to Fe2 plus ion. Now N is equal to 1 in this case, and applying the Nernst equation, we will have electrode potential of this electrode that will be equal to standard electrode potential minus RT by F log natural activity of Fe2 plus divided by activity of Fe3 plus. And in terms of molar concentration, if we considering the dilute solution, the expression will be this, where electrode potential of this ferric ferrous ion electrode that would be equal to standard electrode potential minus RT by F log natural molar concentration of ferrous ion divided by molar concentration of ferric. So in case if we talk about the general expression, see the oxidized state plus an electron is giving reduced state, and the general expression for the electrode potential will be equal to E is equal to E naught minus RT by NF log natural reduced state divided by oxidized state. So this is the general expression for the electrode potential of any type of electrode. Now next one is the calculation of equilibrium constant from the EMF of a cell. So in this case again we are taking the example of Daniell cell where zinc and copper electrode, they are immersed in zinc sulfate and copper sulfate solution and separated by the salt bridge. They are connected, these electrolyte solution, they are connected through the salt bridge, and in external circuit the electrodes of zinc and copper, they are connected through the wire. Now the net reaction taking place in case of Daniell cell, that is equal to zinc plus copper 2 plus, that is giving zinc 2 plus copper. Now what is happening in this cell with time? As the time progress, the concentration of copper sulfate ion, copper sulfate solution, that decreases, whereas concentration of zinc sulfate solution increases. How? What we can say here, in case of reduction half cell reaction, copper 2 plus ion that taking up electron and converting to copper. So concentration of copper 2 plus ion is decreasing in this half cell. Whereas in case of oxidation half cell, zinc is losing 2 electron and converting to zinc 2 positive. So concentration of zinc 2 plus ion is increasing this anode half cell, oxidation half cell. Now electrode potential depend upon the concentration of ions in the solution. So the electrode potential in terms of reduction we are talking here. So the reduction electrode potential of this zinc half cell, or you can say oxidation half cell, that is increasing, whereas that of reduction half cell is decreasing with time. Electrode potential of copper electrode, that is decreasing, whereas in case of zinc electrode, that is increasing. As we can see from the figure with the from the progress of the reaction, the reduction potential of reduction half cell, that is decreasing with time, whereas reduction potential of oxidation half cell reaction, that is increasing with time. These reduction potential are depending upon the concentration of ions in the solution. Concentration of copper ion is decreasing with time and concentration of zinc 2 plus ion is increasing with time. So we are having this trend for the reduction potential for the two half cell reaction. Now as the reaction proceeds, when the equilibrium is reached, both the electrode potential will become equal. And in that case, EMF of the cell will become equal to 0, which is the difference of reduction electrode potential of cathode and anode. As we can see in the next slide, as the reaction progresses, a stage comes when the electrode potentials become equal and EMF of the cell becomes 0. At that case, the cell will stop working and cell reaction is said to have attained equilibrium. That will be the equilibrium stage when the EMF of cell will become 0. The reduction potential of cathode and anode will become equal. At this stage, the concentration of zinc 2 plus and copper 2 plus will be the equilibrium concentration of zinc 2 plus and copper 2 plus. So in that case, applying the Nernst equation to this, again this equilibrium, we will have EMF of the cell is equal to standard EMF of the cell minus 2.303 RT by NF log concentration of zinc 2 plus divided by concentration of copper 2 plus. As we are having here zinc 2 plus in the products and copper 2 plus in the reactants, if we assume this reaction. So in this case, we are having log zinc 2 plus divided by copper 2 plus, and the concentration at equilibrium stage when the EMF of the cell is becoming 0. So these concentrations are the equilibrium concentrations. Okay, we have to calculate the equilibrium constant. So we will consider the equilibrium stage of this cell reaction. At equilibrium, what is happening? The EMF of the cell is becoming 0. So at that time, the concentration of zinc 2 plus ion and copper 2 plus ion will be the equilibrium concentration of these ions. Now, from this expression, we can have standard EMF of this cell will be equal to 2.303 RT by NF log Kc, where Kc is what? This is the equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant is given by molar concentration of zinc 2 plus divided by molar concentration of copper 2 plus at equilibrium stage, as we can see from this expression, from this equation. So from this we can easily find out the value of equilibrium constant from the standard EMF of the cell. At 298 Kelvin, we will put the various values and we are getting this final expression for the standard EMF of the cell, that is equal to 0.0591 divided by N log Kc. So the value of Kc will tell us about the extent of reaction. Higher will be the value of this equilibrium constant, more the reaction has gone to the higher extent. So this is the expression which is giving us the equilibrium constant of a cell reaction from the standard EMF of the cell. So this is all about today's lecture. Next topics we will continue now, next lectures. Thank you.